Okay, I have a very, very, very important and serious commentary today. So, pretty much, yesterday I dropped out of college because it's just simply not for me. Like, it's too much. I'm not dealing with it. I don't want to deal with it. I want nothing to do with it. Like, I'm completely done with college. And I'm pretty sure a lot of people look at me like I'm crazy and stupid for doing this because I dropped out so I could focus on YouTube and work and pretty much continue to build up my channel because I want YouTube to be my career. And before you look at me like, yeah, you're really stupid for that, listen, let me explain. So this all really started last year when I was applying to colleges and shit because my mom around this time told me that she wanted me to at least attend a college or some shit. And at the time I was just like, okay, like I don't think it would be that bad. Like I don't want to go, but like it can't be that bad. Like it's just school. Like it can't be that bad. And I really wanted to go immediately after high school just to get it out the way. And right there, I don't even think that's a good mindset to have when it comes to college, because if you're going to college, you should really be going because there's a certain career path that you want to take, and in order to get that career that you want, you need to go to college for it. So with me, my mom suggested that I get a career in technology because that's what the world is moving to. And so I'm like, okay, so I applied to colleges for computer science, and pretty much like if it wasn't for her, I wouldn't even fucking know what I would want my major to be. Like it was literally just like she suggested it and I was like, okay, yeah, that's a good idea. And yeah, that's pretty much how that went. And like, I was okay with the idea for the most part, and everything was fine. Now, mind you, I was still a senior in high school around this time, so college wasn't even on my mind like that. Like that was I think sometime around like this time last year, like February, March, April, somewhere around there. So like I wasn't even really worried about it. But yes, everything was fine up until the summer of 2024 because I did a summer program for my college called EOP, Equal Opportunity Program, and pretty much it was just like financial aid, and if I completed it I got special benefits for it, and it really was good. It was. But however, it was really annoying because I didn't realize how difficult the work was actually going to be. Like mainly things like math, coding, which let me get into that right now. So I never a day in my life did coding at all. Never. And so like that was just so difficult for me because I'm thinking like, okay, like there's people here who like they have some sort of experience with this. They did this before. They recognize some shit. I don't recognize shit. So I'm thinking like, okay, how the fuck am I supposed to major in computer science if I never did what the fuck I'm being asked to do? And so it was just a really draining experience for me all throughout the entire program. Like from the first week, I was like, yo, I can't do this shit. I really can't. But what would happen is my mindset would just be flip-flopping all over the place. Like I'll be thinking about giving up, and then just like an hour later, I'd be like, no, let me try this again. Let me keep trying. And that just kept happening every day throughout the entire program. The program was only 5 weeks long, so it wasn't that long, but that shit, I really couldn't wait until it was over because I was just so fucking done. But something that really stuck with me that I just cannot believe, and just baffles me still to this day, is when on the third week, like the third week was just fucking crazy because a lot of people weren't following rules and shit. Some people were sneaking in phones because this school in particular's EOP rules, they said that on Sunday you had to hand in your phone and you don't get it back until like Thursday or Friday. I don't really remember. I think it was Friday. But yeah, a lot of people weren't following rules and doing shit like that. So one of the heads of the program, he was giving us a lecture about respect and why the rules are the way they are. And he mentioned something about the school being a very difficult school to like get a passing grade in and pretty much graduate and shit. And he said, and I quote, "There's at least one person a year that jumps off the parking garage because they can't handle the stress of how hard the school is." And when he said that shit, I was just like, what the actual fuck? And I honestly hate that I was thinking like this, but I was low-key thinking about doing the same thing because I just couldn't take how much I was failing and shit, and like just like how difficult the work was. I'm like, yo, what the fuck is this shit? Like, I don't want to do this shit no more. But once he said that, I changed my mindset so quick. I was like, hell no, I will not contribute to that at all. And so pretty much when EOP was over, I was just so fucking happy to be home and away from all that bullshit. Like, I honestly, like, it's kind of dramatic, but like every now and then, like I be getting like little memories of just being in the dorm and fucking hearing a stupid ass alarm clock waking me up, like a literal alarm clock, not the phone alarm, but an alarm clock waking me up, and just the sound of it kind of giving me PTSD. But nah, on a serious note, I'm so fucking glad that that's over. But now on to when school actually started in the fall. So the first week of school was just pure uncertainty. Like, that's all I could really call it. Like, I was just so uncertain. I was like, hell no. Like, I need to get out of here. I can't do this shit. And literally on the first day, like, nothing was even happening. They were just going over the syllabus and shit, and just hearing about it, I'm like, no, I can't go through this again. And so at the end of the week on Friday, I told my mom that I wanted to drop out because I just really didn't want to go through that shit again. And I knew that it was just going to be a bunch of trouble. And honestly, one thing I will say about EOP is that I'm glad that I did it, because all that flip-flopping shit I was doing all throughout the program, I didn't do during the school year. So that was good, because I pretty much got that little phase out the way ahead of time, because if I was doing it during the school year, it would have been fucking terrible, because then now that would have actually like mattered. Like, not saying that the grades didn't matter during EOP, but it would have been really bad if I was doing that during the actual school year. And when I told my mom I wanted to drop out, she was obviously against the idea, and she was talking to me about this, and I told her that I would much rather just like work somewhere and focus on YouTube, because like to me that seems a little easier than going to college and stressing over this fucking hard ass math and shit. Like, the fucking math was absolutely stupid. Like, oh my god, it was so fucking bad. But anyway, my mom was making some good points, but she was also making some questionable points as well. One thing I remember her saying was, when it comes to YouTube, like, what if one day YouTube isn't cool anymore? Pretty much saying like, what if one day, just out of the blue, like, niggas just stop uploading on YouTube and like it's not popular anymore. And in my mind, I'm just like, that'll never fucking happen. That'll never happen. Like, what is she talking about? She was also saying how I don't know what people had to sacrifice in order to get to where they are on YouTube and shit like that. And she brought up this girl that she watches on YouTube as an example, and she says she quit her job so she could focus on YouTube. And I'm just thinking like, oh, now I see what she meant by sacrifice. I thought she meant like some ritual type shit. Like, that's what I initially thought. But when she said that, I was like, okay, now that makes sense. But to be honest, like, if there's something that you need to sacrifice in order to focus on YouTube, well, I already found what I want to sacrifice, and that's school. But there was something else that my mom said that just really stuck with me and really bothered me at the time. So I told her that I know I'll be successful on YouTube, and she asked me how I know, as if it's impossible for me to believe in myself. Like, I was just so fucking dumbfounded that she said that. I'm like, excuse me? Like, is it not possible to fucking have confidence in yourself and believe that you could do something? Like, what? That right there just showed me that my mom doesn't see this YouTube shit for me. And that's perfectly fine, because I don't need her to see this YouTube shit for me. I see it for me. Just like how she saw me graduating for me, but I didn't see it for myself. So it's really about what I see for myself that I can make happen. But yeah, after all that shit, pretty much the second week of school, I was feeling a little more confident. Like, I was taking shit that she said into consideration, and I was like, okay, like, let me actually like try. And throughout the whole week, I was having a more positive mindset about school. Still was thinking about dropping out, but I was thinking about it less than I was before. But something happened on the third week, the beginning of the third week. I don't know what it was, but I just really stopped giving a fuck. Like, something just clicked in my mind. I was just like, no, I'm going against all the odds. I don't care about school anymore. All that matters is YouTube, and this YouTube shit will work out. This YouTube shit will be my career. This YouTube shit will be something monumental for me. And pretty much ever since then, I just been having such an overly positive mindset about YouTube and just life in general. Just been speaking so much positivity in my life, just being so happy, just praying, doing all that shit. I've been taking YouTube so serious. I've been working my ass off. I've been uploading on every day that I'm supposed to be uploading, because last year, like, there'd be a lot of days where I didn't upload on certain days that I'm supposed to upload on due to like laziness and shit. I cut all that shit off this year. I uploaded on every single day that I'm supposed to upload on this year so far, and I'm gonna continue to keep that going for as long as possible. I also want to mention that there was this one day where I came home from school and I was talking to my mom, and I don't know how she got onto this topic, but pretty much she asked me like what I want to do outside of YouTube, and I told her there isn't anything that I want to do outside of YouTube, because it really isn't. Like, I don't know what I want to do outside of YouTube, and so like that's why I want it to be my career, because like I genuinely believe I could do this, and I feel like it's just a waste not to really take this serious and like have it, or try to have it be my career, because I know it can be. After I told her that, she said that she wasn't trying to crush my dream or anything, but what if one day the internet crashes? Yes, she actually said that. She actually said, what if one day the internet crashes? And not to mention that immediately after she said that, she also said she doesn't know if the internet will crash. So in my mind, I was just thinking like, okay, so at this point, you're just creating scenarios to make it sound like you're making a good point, and you're not making a good point, because that sounds so unrealistic. Like, it kind of sounds realistic, like maybe in the next 50 to 100 years, that'll probably be possible. God forbid it does happen. Like, maybe like the world is in like some big ass war or some shit. Like, I don't know, but that didn't even make any sense to me, because the way she was saying that, she was making it seem like if the internet did crash, like that's it, the internet is no more. But I'm pretty sure if that actually happened, the government or whoever the fuck would be scrambling to try to get that shit back up and running, because a lot of shit relies on the internet. And that also brings me to my next point when she said this, because I wasn't even thinking about this shit this deep until more so recently. But earlier in the commentary, I mentioned that she wanted me to get a career in technology. Now, hypothetically, let's say I stayed in college and I graduated with a computer science degree and I got a career somewhere in the technology field. Now, let's say the internet did crash. How the fuck am I supposed to work? I'm pretty sure whatever technology job I have relies on the internet, and that bitch crashed. So how the fuck am I supposed to work? Like, so whether I was doing YouTube or whatever fucking technology job, I would have been shit out of luck if the internet crashes. So like, she literally contradicted her whole point when she said that shit. Flash forward to now, I dropped out. I told her, she's mad at me. I don't care, honestly. Like, I don't like that I upset her, but listen, I'm doing this for YouTube. I'm doing this for my career, the career that I actually see myself having, something that I actually want to do, something that I've been doing, something that I actually have so much potential in. It's crazy. Like, I have so much confidence that I'll be successful on YouTube, like, honestly. And I also want to say I have absolutely no anger towards my mom at all, like, no disrespect or anything. I know at times, like, certain shit that I said within this commentary, it kind of like came off a little rude, but there's no disrespect to her. I love my mom. I would never disrespect her in any way, shape, or form. But in this circumstance right here, I'm so dead serious with YouTube, it is not even funny. Like, this is literally what the fuck I want to do in life, and I know that I can be successful in, and I will be successful. That's how confident I am. But anyway, if you enjoyed the video, leave a like, leave some comments, subscribe, hit the bell notification shit, do all that good shit, and I'll see you next time with a less serious video.